My favorite bump episode ever involves Kevin Owens. It's Kevin Owens. There was a month where Kayla was, because Kayla would fly into Stanford on Tuesdays, do bump, and fly home right away. And she lived in Florida and then was moving to LA. So we had a month where she was moving, and we probably should have been looking. There was a chance Kayla was not going to continue doing the bump. And I have to talk to her. I don't want to push it, but I know she's made appearances. I know she did the Bella's show. There was a chance she was going to move on from the show. And we probably should have been auditioning actual co-hosts at the time, but we didn't. And we had a few different people on. Just sit with me, and they're going to be on as the guest, but they'll kind of be a co-host. So I'm hosting the bump. And maybe Kayla was on this. I don't even remember. But it was me and Kevin and Johnny Gargano were on. It's my favorite episode ever. It is. Because I knew it could easily go off the rails. Right there, none of us are wearing shoes. None of us. Because Kevin made us take our shoes off. So I was wearing I'm wearing like Air Max denims, and we all throw our shoes off. And I did not need anything that was written down. Not a single thing. We had stuff, but we didn't need it. Because those two guys who love each other, who have been friends for a while, we could just have fun. And that's what we did. And Kevin loved to mess with things. And he didn't do it in a malicious way because it made for better content. It made for better shows. I always loved how we would set up things at backstages. You know, Kevin Patrick would tell me these stories. He's like, KO never wants to do something simple. He always wants to mess with it. Any of those digital exclusives, he's on a cart. He gets wheeled in. He's reacting to the pyro because they're shooting these things are supposed to be after the show, during the show, whatever it may be, messing with people, taking their ties. He never wanted it to be boring and by the book, even if he was tired or whatever. And that's what that show turned into. And I was always an advocate of how do we play into their past as much as possible? How do we appreciate these guys? And KO and Johnny Gargano formed the Panda Express. And they wrestled at AIW one time. Panda Express. That's a indie in the Ohio area, Cleveland area, that both guys are synonymous with. And Panda Express happened, and we brought it up, and we showed it on the bump. There it was. And there was a T-shirt for it because Kevin liked to go visit pandas, and there was Kevin Steen, Panda Enthusiast, and Panda Kevin Steen Enthusiast, and they were the Panda Express. So I reached out to John Thorne, and he sent a video in for those guys, and they were very appreciative, and we just shot the shit. There's John Thorne. There you go. John Thorne runs AIW. If you're in the area, go see their stuff. They always put on great shows. A lot of your favorites have come through there. And I knew those two guys and we talked about things that were current. We talked about their past. They shared opinions. Kevin knew he could get away with more because of where he was at the time. I remember Kevin and Johnny both putting over the Creed brothers and wanting to wrestle them, which was pretty damn cool. That was awesome. Kevin gets it. Kevin gets it as a fan. Kevin gets it as a wrestler. Kevin gets it as a father, as a husband, a genuinely good person who would make efforts, hey, could you send this to my friend? Absolutely. Hey, there's this kid here who wants to make it happen. There's no gimmick about Kevin being a family man. I remember hearing a story. Kevin was wrestling. They was doing stuff with Cena, and they were on the house show loops together. They were wrestling each other. They wrestled in Singapore, and Kevin posted somewhere that he was so appreciative in the moment because you see him now. He's not on social media very often. He's not on Instagram, none of that stuff. How appreciative he was of being able to wrestle John Cena in Singapore, but he still missed his family. And you'll always hear that about Kevin. And I always liked that about him. There were days where if he had stuff going on with his family and, he might have been preoccupied, I felt bad. I could see that. Nothing bad. Just, just thinking about home. Who doesn't do that? And I always appreciated that about him, that's what mattered first and foremost. And he was like maybe number one in terms of the people I felt bad that we were taking him away. I know it's part of the job and everybody does that and everybody's got but I knew he wanted to get home to his family, especially if he was away from them. And I appreciated that about Kevin, because not many people, I shouldn't say not many people, but that used to not be the norm in wrestling. It was, we're on the road. I'll get back to when I get back to him. How fast can I get home? How fast can I get back to him? And Kevin, oh God, whenever this was, I'll get a date on this. As I said, Kevin and I were not best of friends or anything like that, but just had a good relationship. Always, he knew what I was going to bring to the table. So a week after I got let go this year, which is probably the day it came out. I think I was gone for about 9 days before the news broke. He reached out to me. I'm looking at the DM now on Valentine's Day. He didn't have to do that. We weren't that level of friends. And we had a back and forth, and I'll keep that private, but I appreciated that because we didn't talk regularly. Like I said, didn't have his number. Always, always friendly with each other. But Kevin liked to keep to himself and had his certain friends, and that's okay. But I'll remember that forever. I told a story about Jeff the other day. There's certain people you just happen to connect with, whether you're great friends with them or they helped you out or whatever, and you can see what they bring to the table and what they truly care about. Kevin's really good at professional wrestling, but he's better at being a human being. And I'm happy that people are celebrating him today and sharing his 10 years of what he's done, because he had to carve out his own path. And a lot of these I have here are because they look cool. Stunning Steve Austin or AJ in the Nitro gear or Vader. But some of these I have because there's a connection that I made with these people. This is one of them. This is by far not one of Kevin's best figures or anything like that. But when I saw it, because we used to get these, I said, I want to have one of Kevin. It's the same reason I have this. Someone who was always good to me. I try to have, there's a few of those that may pop up here from time to time. It's why I have this one. And I wish I had more of people that, connect with me. But I'm very happy for Kevin. If you are newer to wrestling, or newer to Kevin, or newer to WWE, go find his stuff. Go back and look at some. Put up Pixels and Thoughts, and we appreciate the super chat on that one. Confession, I haven't watched Mania 38, but I will. Kevin has a heart of gold. Cheers. Go watch it, because no one can say they had that moment. And there is part of me that hopes that Kevin gets the last one. And I know Austin got interviewed recently and said, we're in Nevada, so, I don't have to leave my state. I don't, if I speak selfishly thinking of Kevin, I don't want Austin to wrestle again, because I want Kevin to have that last one, because he deserves it. And he earned it. So I'm happy that people are celebrating 10 years of him today. It's good to see him plugged back into the championship. He is as reliable as it gets for that company, and should be celebrated and appreciated accordingly. And I promise you, if you treat Kevin well, he'll treat you well right back. He is one of those people you want to start a wrestling company with. Not that you'd be smart to start a wrestling company, but one of those people you want that guy in your locker room, because he's what he said on SmackDown about look around the locker room. That was a shoot. 100%. I know it's part of the story, but he means that. So Go find old Kevin Steen stuff from Ring of Honor. Go watch his stuff with El Generico as a tag team or battling. Go watch him beat John Cena. Hey, this is Matt Camp. Thanks for checking out one of our recent clips from the Wrestling Mat. Why is someone so close to The Rock kind of throwing Cody under the bus?
Yeah, a lot of people won't engage with Jim Cornette. I did, just because I have a mark for Jim Cornette. And
Please subscribe right now. Hit the like and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. And I think you should listen to your TV partners. Let me tell you about WWE and a little insight. More subscribers means more content. And make sure you follow us on social media at WrestlingMat23 on both Twitter and Instagram.